Oh my gosh, that's so creepy. I would have run.
Zach Biggins.
Of course, he's going to charge to make money off of a paranormal scam. This is LTG saying hello. And I've got Rod sitting with me today and we are obviously your humble hosts of PSS After Hours.
Yeah.
How you doing, Rod?
Pretty good. Kind of weird not having Zeke.
Yeah, it's a little different not having a third person.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's kind of sick, so we'll see when he's back.
Hope he feels better soon.
Yeah.
So
Should be back by Tuesday.
So let's get to a subject at hand today. What do you got
sir.
for me? So we
went over this rant that you had.
Yeah, so the last one I went on kind of my rant, and because it was something that was really on my mind that I wanted to talk about. And so when we sit down for our idea meetings, I said, "Oh, I got something." And you said, "Oh, I got something."
Yeah.
And then you were like, "What are you going to talk about?" I said, "I want it to be. I'm just going to hit you with it."
Generic, yeah.
And I was like, "All right." And then you go, "I got one." And I go, "Well, what's yours?" He goes, "Oh no, I just want you to listen to it." So let's hear it. What do you got for me?
So remember we were going over on your little book where the most haunted places are?
Mm-hmm.
There's one that caught my attention, which is La Isla de las Muñecas, Island Doll.
Mm-hmm.
Doll Island, I don't know.
Right, yeah.
So the story behind that is it's in Mexico City, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this guy called, I think, Don Juan, I don't remember. He left his wife and his kid to move to this random island, right? And in that island...
By himself?
Yeah. It is presumed that in that island, this little girl drowned, right? She obviously died. So ever since, he started collecting dolls, right? For the spirit of that little girl. So he will collect dolls from people, buy them, or whatever that will wash off on shore and whatever it is, you know. He started putting them up, you know. And although people find it creepy, he found them as their little guardian angels for the little girl.
So obviously they didn't bother him because he was the one buying them and they were for his daughter.
Yeah.
Other people looking.
Well, it wasn't his daughter. It was just a.
Oh yeah, for the girl that died. Yeah. Oh yeah. Right.
So, yeah. So he would charge like a small fee to take a photo of the island or take a photo of the dolls or whatever.
Of course he would.
Yeah.
Of course he's going to charge to make money off of a paranormal scam.
And then he had a bunch of dolls inside his house and inside his little shack. And the dolls look like really creepy. And they're not because he made them look creepy. It's just some of the dolls, however they will come on because sometimes they will just wash off and he'll pick them up. However they were, he would just hang them, you know. And of course, some of the dolls were pretty new when he started it, but eventually the dolls and the weather, you know, like rain, cold, started affecting the dolls, and then they look creepy now, right? Sure. He's got some inside his house that he will put in headdresses and stuff like that. I don't know. Don't ask me, you know. And then in 2001, he drowned in the same area that girl drowned. Yep.
So what do you think about that? About him drowning in the same?
And you can still go. You get
I'm asking your opinion.
Yeah.
Do you think that it's weird or something related to paranormal that he drowned in the same area that the little girl drowned, supposedly?
I mean, it how do I say it? The article says that that he drowned in the same area that the little girl drowned, right? But yet they don't specify exactly where, you know? Plus,
and look, did anybody come out and say that, or did the author of that particular article, just because they knew that it was on that river somewhere around the same area? So was it 600 yards upstream that he actually drowned, and it wasn't anywhere even close, but it's around the same area? This is the person, you know, the journalist writing it up, going, he drowned in the. Oh, what's gonna sell? What's gonna sound scary and weird? Oh, he drowned in the same area that the female girl drowned in. And same area, it means it's the same fucking river but it doesn't mean it's the exact same spot.
Yeah.
Like something's there killing him. I mean,
and you know what? To all my friends in Mexico, I want to go. I want to go to that island.
I'd go, man. There's nothing there but fake dolls. I mean, like,
you know what's funny?
Toy dolls.
They charge a fee of 4,000 pesos, which is like $71 dollars, to go to that island.
Really?
And I feel like all this just started off as him trying to make money out of it,
of course,
rather than care for the spirit of that little girl.
Yeah.
Because he would charge people to take photos in there. Like, come on.
Yeah, why are you doing it? You're doing it to make money.
Yeah, so...
Doesn't have a job. He collects dolls and puts them on an island. So he's got to get money somehow, right? Like, I mean, good for him for his entrepreneurial spirit, but...
I mean, to me, seems like he was just trying to do it for the money.
That's what I think. That once again, that's where all this stuff comes with me. Is that it comes down to, I look at it and I say, man, there's too much evidence that all this stuff is complete garbage anyway, and yet we have all of these. Here's the thing: if we did a show like Travel Channel or something, right? If we went and did that, I'm almost positive people wouldn't watch because we'd be showing them the truth.
Yeah.
I'd be in there hunting for something and not a damn thing would happen to go, yep, see, nothing else has happened here again. Click, and off we go to the next place. Nobody's going to want to watch something where clearly nothing supernatural ever happens because I wouldn't allow us to go, okay, we got to make some shit up so we can get viewers. Yeah, we got to do that. No, man. Bring a true real life experience to people.
Yeah.
And if nothing happens, nothing happens. You could set it up to make it as creepy as you want, but then all of a sudden you hear a twig snap. And then our drone goes up, flies over and says, yeah, it was a raccoon.
Yeah.
Yep, it's a raccoon, not a ghost, not any of this other bullshit out there. And then here's the other thing too. Just a lot of this stuff's been on my mind, Rod. So... with ghosts and people hear, well, I hear footsteps. I heard footsteps coming up the stairs and all this, right? Now, when I heard the little kids laughing and running, like I could just hear their feet pitter patter around me. But when people talk about, oh, I heard the steps coming up the stair, duh, 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 duh. And it's like, how is a ghost that supposedly floats because it's a spiritual body? Why would a ghost need stairs, number one?
Yeah.
And because they're a ghost, they would step through the stair. They couldn't take the stair. Wouldn't they just float up the stairs? Because they don't physically have to walk upstairs because they don't physically have legs. They don't have to propel themselves in the same way we propel ourselves. So footsteps? See, it's shit. Nobody ever thinks about this stuff. They just go, oh, yeah, we heard footsteps and it was scary and ghosts do this and ghosts do that. The fact of the matter is nobody knows what ghosts do or if the ghosts are even real. But do they say that the girl spirit and the guy spirit still haunts the
girl spirit? It's supposed to be that the girl spirit's still around and she plays with the dolls.
Okay, she plays with the dolls. What does that mean?
Honestly, it could be anything.
Like, has anybody seen the dolls moving while they're there? And she's
apparently, yes.
Dancing around.
Apparently, they have seen them move, but yeah, you know the usual thing. You know, like we see them move.
Yep.
You know,
it'd still be cool to go. Like I said, it'd still be cool to check some of these places out.
The main one I want to go to, the main one I want to go to, and actually check it out for ourselves. Go in there and record. Remember that TikTok I showed you earlier?
Oh yeah, Queen Mary, man.
Yeah,
that one. Maybe we just cut this short and then we let's do the next one on the Queen Mary a little bit.
Let's just dive into it. I mean,
yeah, but how long are we?
Just a couple of minutes. We just literally started.
All right, I think we're probably about 10 or 15. But all right, Queen Mary. So, what is so intriguing to you about the Queen Mary?
Honestly, because it's an old ship, I'm into all that stuff. Like, I like old ships that were like ship carriers, transportation ships, stuff like that. Plus the history behind it. And they say that there was a drowning on the pool area right? A couple of years ago, and that it was this little girl that drowned.
Not a couple of years ago. It was a long time ago because it's been sitting there forever. Yeah.
Okay, well, long time ago, I believe it was a girl. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. That they said that she drowned in the pool area, and that she drowned because somebody pushed her or something like that.
I have never read anything that definitively says if that is even a true story or not.
Yeah.
But the overwhelming information you see is everybody says that there's a female girl of some, a female little girl in the pool area at certain times. And she's playful and just kind of there at the pool having fun. Now, I never heard whether she was murdered or fell in or if it was an accident. I don't remember.
Because what I've heard is that people have been pushed in that area, like near the pool. People say that they feel like they get pushed and stuff like that. I'm not sure if it is true or not, because again, I've never been there.
Yeah,
but
definitely want to go though. The other thing is that there were. So, do you kind of know the history of the Queen Mary?
Not a lot of it, no.
So, if my mind is right and I'm remembering close to correct, I want to say about 1937, 1938, right around there. The Queen Mary was used to transport kind of rich and famous people cross Atlantic, right? Back and forth. Then I believe it was 1944 or 42. Can't remember which year. But the Queen Mary was then commissioned as a World War II craft. Now, there was one point where they were traveling and they actually kind of almost T-boned another boat.
Oh, damn.
And I think it was about 1944, 46 maybe when that happened. But on the other ship, there were like 300 something plus deaths, drowning and being crushed by the boat and all that good stuff. And the Queen Mary, though, didn't have it wasn't ruined enough that it couldn't be fixed, right? And so then what they ended up doing is that after that incident occurred, they got it. They ended up turning it kind of into the hotel type thing that it is today, and parking it down in Long Beach, California. But there's a couple other kind of scary what they describe as scary things that have happened there. So I believe that the owner initially said it was room like B as in boy 242 or something like that. Where he said a family was killed. But it turned out that the owner was just saying that just because he was trying to get more people to stay in that room and get a little bit of extra cash.
Yeah.
But supposedly the room that this did occur in, and like I said, I could be wrong. I read this article quite a while ago, but I believe it was B as in boy 474 or something like that.
Yeah.
I think was the room number. That's the one that supposedly a family was murdered in there. Then the other thing, is when it was used during World War II, it was used as, a transport ship for World War II. There was a morgue in it. There were, other issues. And they think they said something like over the years, over like 15 plus people died while they were traveling on the Queen Mary. Nothing because of ghosts or anything. They just passed away. Shit happens when you're on an ocean cruiser back in the 50s.
Yeah.
And you're going transatlantic, right? Shit's going to happen. But there's, once again, like you showed me that TikTok today. And when I see stuff like that, I just go,
yeah, remember what I told you? Yeah.
But there are people out there, and I saw comments that people were saying, oh my gosh, that's so creepy, I would have run.
You know what's so funny?
What the hell are you talking about?
When I find creepy videos on TikTok, right, and you can't see really anything on it, like it's a shadow or whatever, people are in the comments are like, oh my God, I saw a shadow over here. Oh my God, I saw somebody standing over here. Oh my God, this and that. I think it's so fucking stupid that people do that. I'm so sorry, but it's so fucking stupid.
Because they're seeing what they want to see. They want something scary to be there. Look, I could take one of our cameras, sit in my room at night with the lights off and turn that on to infrared mode, go, I heard something, guys. And I can move the camera around, and somebody out there that watches it will say, I saw this there.
Yeah.
And even though I didn't see shit while I was there, and it was all a joke because I'm just joking.
Yep.
Somebody's going to say something. But so that's what really gets me, is I just look at it and I say, come on, man, it comes down to everybody's need to believe in something different than where we are. And I guess I get it. I get why people need to believe that, but it doesn't make ghosts real. It doesn't make monsters here. So talking on that TikTok video you showed me, right? So we'll paint the picture for everybody. Long hallway, kind of dark towards the end of the hallway, and you see this shadow, right? Shadow that looks like it's wearing a dress. Right?
Yeah.
And you see it walk out, and it walks down a little, and then it walks into a room. Now here's the part where it's so clearly bullshit, and I can't believe people believe it's real. And then what happens? It comes out on its hands and knees. This same ghostly black shadow, right? Comes out on its hands and knees, and then stands up, and then takes a couple steps forward, and goes into a room and disappears. It's like, okay, hold on. Why the hell is a ghost crawling?
Yeah.
That's the dumbest shit. That is so dumb. And if a ghost is trying to scare me because it's crawling on the ground, that is the least threatening thing I believe I've ever seen in my entire fucking life.
Yeah.
Is something crawling at me on all fours. Like, oh, hold on a second. I got to take 2 steps back to reevaluate. Bop, bop, bop. Like, come on, man. So I don't know, man. I really would like to go to the Queen Mary though and check it out, because they have a bunch of different packages where you could go and you can eat and do a paranormal search, and then they have other tours where you can eat and do paranormal search on areas that nobody else can get to, and there's a bunch of different stuff. So I think it would be cool if we could do what I'd like to do, and I envision seeing is we're just down on the dock in Long Beach, and we set up and we're doing our podcast in this setup, or in the
Behind there's a ship,
or in the toy hall, or wherever it is. It couldn't be on the ship because that would cost us millions. So
but we could have the ship on the background.
well, that's what I'm saying. We'd be on the dock, and so you'd see where we were, and then maybe we go in, and before we even do our podcast, we go in and we do our tour thing, and we do all that whole thing and see if we can find anything, and then we come out and we have our show sitting right there next to the Queen Mary at night, lights shining up on the Queen Mary as we're all just sitting there doing our podcast. I mean, that'd be a pretty cool one. That'd be a pretty cool one. But yeah, I'm interested to go there just because of the history more than anything, not because I think I'm going to see anything or experience anything, but I don't know. Excuse me.
I think it's something that we should really look into so we can actually go there and...
Yeah, and I know there's a couple of other stories. My memory's failing me on the supposed scary things that have happened there and this, that, and the other, but I can't freaking remember them right now. But it's, I don't know. Excuse me. Like I said, it's somewhere where I want to go, and I think we could at least get into it and look at things, and I would even like to. I don't know. I'd like to do, like I said, our ghost hunt at it. Even though we're not these ghost hunters, we're not ghost hunters.
No.
We could take our stuff, walk in there. Because look, here's the other thing too. All these people out there that are ghost hunters, they weren't always ghost hunters. They had to start somewhere. Right? So we're just starting here doing it and
the thing with most ghost hunters is that when they first start, they actually start doing the actual stuff, like actually investigating, actually showing people that it's real or not. But once they get a taste of that little money, they start faking it.
Yeah.
Why? Because they want more money and more money.
Well, exactly. I mean, it makes sense. I get it. I think I would have a hard time if some place came to me and said, "We'll give you $20 million. You just have to act like you're a
Zach
ghost." Yeah, I'd be like, oh God, there are ghosts everywhere. Did you see that shadow? Ooh, oh my gosh, I'm so scared. I'm going to run now. Let's go to a different place where something else can happen again. So anywho, for everybody out there, let's just end this one, Rod. Get everybody out here a little bit early. But it's a couple of places that I would like to go that we talked about too. And it's very much a possibility for us to be able to do so. So, Rod, go ahead and talk to everybody. Tell us.
Yeah. You guys can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, and Twitch as PSS After Hours. Where can they send us mail to?
Send us any email that you have, suggestions, story suggestions, or just anything you want to hear us talk about to paranormalafterhours@gmail.com. So, I think without further ado, this is LTG signing off with Rod. Remember a couple of things. Number 1, be safe. Number 2, watch your 6. And number 3, keep your powder dry. And Rod, what's going to happen?
Things are going to get a little weird.
Yes, they will. Take care, everybody.